It's that time again, folks. It's time for the annual Top 10 movie list. This is our third annual collaboration. Top 10 movies of 2016. Now, before we get started, like always, this is our opinion of our favorite movies. So, you know, if your favorite movie is not on our list, wham. That's, you know, I like, you're going to tell from our list, they're completely different. There's movies on my list that are not on his and the other way around, you know, it's just opinion. Mm-hmm. But I'll start it off. 3 honorable mentions, and the first one I'm going with is Pete's Dragon. This is a movie you didn't even see, but I enjoyed it more. I'm kind of in the minority, but I enjoyed this more than The Jungle Book for as far as Disney's live actions last year. And Pete's Dragon, it might be because I just really like dragons, and that's, you know, I kind of always go towards that. But Pete's Dragon, it's kind of has nothing to do with the old cartoon or the old movie. And it was just awesome. It had a ton of heart. It looked gorgeous. It had a great story. Sure, it was a little cheesy sometimes, but overall, I just loved the movie. And so that is a definite honorable mention for me. My second honorable mention is Doctor Strange. I am amazed that I have this in my list because if you remember correctly, I spent most of the year trashing this movie. Yep, yes he did. Because it looked like Inception, but really it was nothing like Inception, and I just really loved it. And I've seen it twice now, and the more I kept thinking about it, I was just like, this deserves to be in my top 10. It didn't quite make it there, but it's a definite honorable mention. I love the character. I love the way it opens up the future to get a little weirder in Marvel movies. And once again, it's Marvel taking a property I knew nothing about and, you know, getting me to, you know, fully into it. So my third honorable mention is going to be Sing Street. This is another movie recommended by you because I wasn't even planning on seeing this movie, to be honest with you. And I really enjoyed it. It's a coming of age story, a love story. It had great music. I kind of fell in love with it.
Alright, my honorable mentions is my first one is a movie that I was killing myself not to put in my top 10. And that is Rogue One. I love this movie. The last act of the movie is so good. The movie was more like that. It'd probably be my top 5. But this movie was so good. It was probably the funnest I had in the theater all year long. But it just misses my top 10. Great movie. Go see it. My second honorable mention was, just like Hes Dead, Doctor Strange, was a movie I was trashing on early in the year, so I didn't get so much crap on it, and that was Jungle Book. This movie just blew me away. I didn't really care for the animated movie growing up, and just to see what Jon Favreau did with the CGI animals, just realizing this whole movie was made on a green screen is just incredible. The kid actor was good. Bill Murray as Baloo doing Bare Necessities. That was crazy. And it was such a great movie. And my final honorable mention is, he just talked about it, and that is Sing Street. I love this movie. The soundtrack is so good. Just some of the songs, I listen to it sometimes, and just Driving Like You Stole It, Up, Beautiful Sea, just some of the best songs I hear. And it's a great kind of age story, simple story, guy forced man to get a girl, and it becomes so much more than that. And I love this movie.
And now for my number 10, Queen of Kotway. This movie has got to be, if I was going to do a most surprised category, I went into this movie, like literally I was bored out of my mind, and I was like, what movie have I not seen in the theater? And there it was, and I went and saw it. And I was blown away. I loved this movie so much. And it kind of flew under the radar. I bet 99% of the people in the world have not seen this movie, and it's fan-freaking-tastic. It's about this girl who literally has nothing. She comes from nothing. They live in a shack, and she, you know, it's about her story becoming a great chess player and, you know, eventually being able to take care of her family because of the fame and fortune of becoming an awesome chess player. And her story, really. I mean, she sells her story, but it's a great movie with great performances from people I can't pronounce. David Oyelowo, I'll try. Lupita Nyong'o. They were awesome in this movie. I love this movie, and of all the Oscar baity kind of movies, besides like one or two, this one for some reason really spoke to me, and I really connected to this movie more than the other ones. So my number 9 is Rogue One, A Star Wars Story. Once again, the true Star Wars fan includes Star Wars in his top 10. I really like this, like you talked about in your honorable mentions. I didn't like fall in love with it and become obsessed with it like I did Episode 7, but it was an interesting experiment for Lucasfilm to kind of take this story that no one knew about, take a completely new cast, to not, have any lightsaber or Jedi really. And for me, I still loved it. I can't believe it, because I was kind of not really that excited about it.
Crapping on it.
Yeah, but I really did enjoy it. I'm surprised it made my top 10, to be honest with you. But I've seen it twice. I'm waiting on the Blu-ray now. It was pretty dang good. Alright, my number 8 is Zootopia. I am an animation lover, and Disney animation is on a roll here lately. I love Zootopia. The world building that was done in this is incredible. The fact that they take on things that are going on in the world right now in this kids animated movie and do it in a way where both kids and adults can enjoy and learn from it. It was pretty impressive. The characters were great. It was funny. And this was like one of the Disney movies where I walked out and was like, not only did I want to go see it again, but I was like, man, I really want a sequel to this. I really enjoyed Zootopia. I think it definitely deserves to be on the top 10 movie list. And it's one of the best animated movies of the year, I think. My number 7 is, I always have one movie a year that probably shouldn't be on my top 10, but I'm like, I loved it. It's got to be on there. And for me this year, it's 10 Cloverfield Lane. I absolutely loved this movie. It was creepy. I don't even care about the connection to Cloverfield, because that to me is one of the negatives, because it doesn't really connect to Cloverfield.
It feels tacked on.
Yeah, but the performance from John Goodman was spec-freaking-tacular. I mean, if it wasn't way back at the beginning of the year, I feel like he would be getting, nominations for this role. It was that good. The other two in the cast, the new people, they were great. And I kind of like this cool, weird shared universe with movies that don't really have anything to do with one another. I'm interested to see what J.J. Abrams does next, who he pulls together to do.
God Particle.
Yeah, and
that comes out this year.
I just love this movie. My number 6 is La La Land. This movie, I don't even know why, but I was anticipating this movie like crazy. I don't really like musicals. And, love stories are not really my thing most of the time. I mean, sometimes it's okay, but the performances here, the music, it just grew and grew and grew on me. The trailers, I was excited, and when we went and saw the movie, I was like, this was really good. I didn't give it a 5 out of 5, but the more I started thinking about it, I was like, man, this movie is just so good. I want to watch it again. That song was stuck in my head for like a week after watching this movie. Ryan Gosling was fantastic, but Emma Stone deserves an Oscar for this movie. I'll be disappointed if she's not at least nominated.
She'll be nominated, but I don't think she'll win.
I think she was fantastic in this movie. This was her best role I've ever seen. So
I agree with that.
And that is my 10 through 6. Take it away, Darth Easy.
Alright, my number 10 is, I always have an animated movie, and I was like, what am I going to get more crap from him? Not having a Star Wars movie or not having an animated movie? And I was like, let's put an animated movie in there. I'm going Cubo with the Two Strings. I absolutely love this movie. This is, for me personally, the best animated movie of the year. I think a lot of people will agree. But this was like an epic. It was about the hero's journey. You have Matthew McConaughey as the monkey. You have or Charles Theron and Matthew McConaughey both in it. And the girl was so cool. And then some of the action, just the stop motion. It was so much fun. I got to see this movie by myself. I was glad to see this movie by myself. It was such a good movie, and that's why it deserves my number 10. My number 9 is the best disaster movie since I've seen it since Titanic, and that is Deepwater Horizon. Deepwater Horizon was such a great movie. Movie star Mark Wahlberg, got Peter Bergerac in, and it's such a great movie. Mark Wahlberg is so good in this movie. Just that moment at the end of the movie when he's crying in the hotel room, just his breakdown. It's just so good. I didn't realize Mark Wahlberg could really do that in a movie anymore, and he just blew me away. And then when the oil rig was going down, it was incredible to see visually. I love Deepwater Horizon. It was a great movie. My number 8 is Deadpool. I love Deadpool. The story was very simple, and I like that it kind of made fun of itself. Ryan Reynolds breaking the fourth wall a bunch. It was a lot of fun. The action was cool, and I just really enjoyed this movie. I think movies like Kingsman and Kick-Ass led the door for Deadpool to be as successful as it being. It's one of the highest grossing comic book movies of all time. I love this movie, and I bought it on Blu-ray. I've seen it a bunch of times since, and I really enjoyed the movie. My number 7 is a movie I absolutely loved. I tear up, and this is one of the reasons we wait to do our top 10, and that is A Monster Calls. I absolutely love this movie. I thought Liam Neeson as the tree monster was great. The kid actor was great. Felicity Jones, she is such a good actor. Seeing her going from Theory of Everything with her and Eddie Redmayne a few years ago, and in Rogue One, and then this, she is such a good actor, an actor to really look for. And I just absolutely love this movie. If you ever experienced loss or anything, it brought a tear to my eye. Usually if a movie makes me tear up, I'm going to give it a higher score. And I absolutely love The Monster Calls. That's why it's up this high. My number 6 was a movie which brought a comeback from an actor, and that is Hacksaw Ridge. Mel Gibson coming back to direct. This was such a great World War II movie. War scenes I hadn't seen so good since Saving Private Ryan. Just one of the things I've heard about the Battle of Iwo Jima was one of the most devastating battles for the U.S. side during World War II. And it's the reason why the United States eventually decided to nuke Japan instead of invade it. It was such a great movie. The emotional scenes. Andrew Garfield deserves to be nominated either for this or Silence. And I think he should win it. I don't think he will because Casey Affleck's got some stupid buzz around him. But anyways, I love Hacksaw Ridge. Great war movie.
Alrighty, let's move on to 5 through 2. And just like his number 6, my number 5, we tend to do this a lot. My number 5 is Hacksaw Ridge. Like he said, this was the comeback for Mel Gibson. We haven't seen a movie from him in a long time. I think Apocalypto was his last big-time directed movie. And I absolutely love this movie. This is the best war movie since Saving Private Ryan. Yes, Andrew Garfield was spectacular. His accent in this movie, I liked it. I thought it was pretty dang good. And it gave me, there's a scene in this movie that made the hair rise on my arm, gave me goosebumps when he is pulling those people off the ridge. It is incredible. I can't wait to buy this on Blu-ray and just crank up the surround sound and have an awesome time because the war scenes in this movie are spectacular. My number 4 is Moana. As soon as we got out of the movie, I tweeted, another masterpiece. Disney is on a roll. And this movie, why I liked it a little bit more than Zootopia, is it just, everything clicked. It's like a classic Disney movie that clicked. It fired on all cylinders. It was beautiful. It had a great story. There was no love interest in this. This is a Disney princess movie with no love interest. This movie was freaking awesome. The music in it, we are still singing the music from this movie. All the music was fantastic. My number 3 is Deadpool. I love this movie. It is a R-rated comic book movie that I don't really know a whole lot about Deadpool, but when I went and saw it, it really pokes fun at itself and is like really vulgar, but really hilarious. After the atrocious versions of Deadpool we've had in other X-Men movies,
Just one.
this was a perfect comeback for the character. My number 2 is Hell or High Water, another movie I don't think a lot of people went and saw. A movie that you went and saw before me and were raving about, and I was like, there's no way it can be this good, and it was. Like, I remember like 5 minutes into this movie, I was like, this is going to be amazing. Like, you could just tell the tone, and Jeff Bridges was freaking fantastic. Chris Pine, Ben Foster, all fantastic in this movie, and it was like a modern day Western, and it had kind of a cool little twist that you're like unraveling as it goes.
My number 5 was the best comic book movie of 2016, and that is Captain America Civil War. I love this movie. The airport scene alone was so good, but there was so much more than just the action in this movie. I love the battle of ideologies in this movie. It was so good. You're right. The one thing I like about the movie was I was watching it, and I was like, yeah, I kind of see where Captain America's coming from. Well, shit, I see where Iron Man's coming from. So you can see both of their perspectives. That's what I really liked about the movie. And that throwdown at the end between Iron Man and Captain America was so emotional. I love this movie. It serves to be in my top 10. But there are other movies that that hit me at the end of the year. My number 4 is a movie I just saw yesterday. And it's, once again, Peter Berg and Mark Wahlberg. They're magic together. They're like Leo and Scorsese. And that is Patriots Day. I absolutely love this movie. I was tearing up when the Boston Marathon stuff was happening. When the bombing was going down, I was like, crap, man. Damn you, Peter Berg. It was so good. Mark Wahlberg was so good. I think Mark Wahlberg's going to get nominated for an Oscar for this movie. He's not going to win. But I think he's going to get nominated. That speech he gives toward the end of the movie was so powerful, and the action scenes they were shooting were so good. And one thing I also loved about the movie was the perspective they throw toward the bombers. We don't agree with their perspective, but just like in World War II, we know the German perspective. We don't agree with that, but it's good to see that angle. That's what I really loved about Patriots Day. Each year there's about 3 movies or 2 that I just fighting that I was like, which movie's my favorite? And this year there's 3. These 3 movies I absolutely loved, and these could go either way, to be perfectly honest. And it just shows how strong these 3 movies are. My number 3 is Hell or High Water. Hell or High Water was a modern day western. You have Chris Pine, Ben Foster. Ben Foster's probably gonna get nominated for a supporting actor, I'm hearing. And then Jeff Bridges and the Indian guy who was in House of Cards, they were good together. And it's such a great movie, and you get why each side's doing it. And that's what I really liked about the movie. It's a modern day western. That's really what the movie is, and I love the movie. My number 2 was a movie that I was smiling from ear to ear the entire movie, and that was La La Land. I absolutely love La La Land. The music of it was so good. The main theme was great. I've been listening to the soundtrack over and over, and I just absolutely love La La Land. I can't wait to see this movie again. Emma Stone, Ryan Gosling were so good together, and it's just such a good movie. I love the director. His last movie, Whiplash, which would have been my top 10 2014 if I had seen it before. But I absolutely love La La Land, and that's why it's my number 2. And now it's time for number 1s.
I'll start this off with not only the best comic book movie of the year, but my favorite movie of the year, Captain America Civil War. It had moments of Force Awakens for me last year where I was sitting there just mouth on the floor like, oh my god, this is amazing. Airport scene, of course, everybody talks about that. That was amazing and funny, all wrapped in one. I watched that scene
Somebody just flew in, baby!
5, 6 times. It makes me smile every time. It's freaking awesome. But like he said, the movie has lots of levels. Like, you can see both sides. It's a great comic book movie, even without that airport scene, which is one of the greatest action scenes ever made. Even, things like that I kind of knocked down, like, yeah, it doesn't really have a good villain. Really, it doesn't really need a villain. It's just a fantastic movie, and no movie on my list ever really got close to Captain America Civil War. I know you said you were battling your top 3. For me, after I saw Civil War, nothing ever really got close to it for me, so I'm sticking with it. For me, it was the best movie of the year. What is your number 1 movie of the year of 2016?
This is 2 years in a row where my number 1 movie isn't even in your top 10.
This goes to show you that movies are very subjective.
My number 1 was a movie that I absolutely loved. When I saw your review, I was like, oh man. And then I saw it, I was just like, I don't know what Ryan Cage's problem was. And that was Arrival. This movie was perfect. Just some of the things that Amy Adams. You talk about Emma Stone going nominate and maybe win. I think Amy Adams nominate or win. But Arrival was so good. The director, Dennis Villeneuve, he was so good. I can't say his name, perfectly honest. But he has made some great movies. Arrival now, Sicario, Prisoners, and now he's doing Blade Runner. I'm really anticipating that this year. I absolutely love Arrival. The twist completely made the movie, and you're just like, what? And it's like a movie like Fight Club, and it's a movie I want to go see once again. I haven't done it, and I'm looking forward to seeing it because I want to get a completely different experience, just like when I saw Fight Club the second time. But Arrival, it's definitely, I think, the best movie of 2016. It's a movie that blew me away. And that's why it's my favorite movie of 2016.
So that was our top 10. Exciting as ever this year. I don't know about 2017 yet, but
we'll see.
We'll see.
Make sure to check out our other top 10 videos. We did one for top 10 worst. And then you check out the top 10 TV shows. And then you can watch the top 10 anticipated movies for this year on my channel.
And then what do we got coming up? We got the Easy Cage show.
That will come out in a week or two, I guess.
Yeah. Until next time, I am Rainy Cage.
All too easy.
Peace out.